Today we're going to do something a little different. A lot of my recipes that we've been doing, you bake them or cook them. And today I decided I'm going to do something that's pretty easy. We're going to make a barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauces use a lot of ingredients. So I'll kind of go through it and talk you through it. It's going to be a blueberry barbecue sauce using blueberry Epicurean dust. So the Epicurean dust, we're going to use 3 or 8 tablespoons of Epicurean dust with 1 cup of water. That's the dilution factor. If you take fresh blueberries and you take 3 pounds or 3 cups of blueberries and you cook them down, you end up with 1 cup of liquid. So that's the equivalent we're going to use. We're going to use a little soy sauce, a tablespoon of soy sauce. We're going to use a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. We're going to use a teaspoon of liquid smoke, which is going to give a little background flavor. We're going to use pink Himalayan salt because for this recipe, I think the Himalayan salt works a little bit better. We're going to do a dash of nutmeg with the nutmeg grinder. We're going to do 3 cloves of garlic. We're also going to do garlic powder. Now someone might say, if you're doing garlic, why do you do garlic powder? Garlic powder doesn't add moisture. Garlic does. If you're doing a sauce, sometimes you want the strong flavors of onion and garlic, but you don't necessarily want the moisture. In this particular recipe, we're going to use 1 onion, and along with the garlic powder, we're going to use a teaspoon of onion powder. We've got a teaspoon or a dash of pepper, and we've got a teaspoon of smoked paprika. Now the difference between sweet paprika and smoked paprika, sweet paprika, the peppers are hung to dry and they can be for weeks or months left to dry. On smoked paprika, they use oak wood. They cook the oak wood until it's hot. They hang the peppers and they dry the peppers with the fire basically. So what you end up doing is having a smoky background flavor to the paprika. The 2 paprikas are extremely different and they have different applications. Regular sweet paprika, if you're cooking chicken or pork or something, you put sweet paprika on it to bring out the flavor and also to help in the browning aspect of it. We're going to use 2 tablespoons of brown sugar and 2 tablespoons of herb de Provence. Now you may notice I have the pestle and mortar here. The herb de Provence, all of these ingredients are going to go into here. The onions and the garlic are going to go into a heavy bottom pot. I have the blue one. I kind of like blue. If you notice, I'm wearing a blue shirt. I'm kind of frugal, and this is a Cycle Bunny shirt, which I like. So my sister Ellen and my brother-in-law Alan, for birthdays or Christmas, they often buy me Cycle Bunny shirts, and so I figured it's blue, I'm doing the blueberries, time to wear the blue shirt. So anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the onion, get the garlic going. I want to get that going in here, and then when I'm ready to grind the pestle and mortar and start, I'll readjust the camera and turn the video back on. Okay, we've got the onions chopped and the garlic cleaned. What's interesting is this knife that I'm using, it was my grandfather on my mom's side, Mr. Paitakis. He was a chef years and years ago. This knife's probably 80 years old. And I always cherish it because it's your grandfather's. Well, a few weeks ago, Craig at the gun store said, "John, do you have any knives that need sharpening? Because I'm starting a little business where I sharpen knives for people." And I said, "I have one that's very important to me that I sharpen, that if you want to try sharpening it." So he sharpened my grandfather's knife, which is perfect. And it was kind of funny. We did a test after he did it. And I said, if a knife is sharp and you cut an onion, you won't cry. Because when you press the knife down on the onion, if it's a dull knife, it causes the gases to escape, which causes you to cry. If the knife is sharp like this knife, you cut the onions, you don't cry, and it worked. The other thing you can do is take your onion, put it in the refrigerator for about 10 minutes before you cut it, and that'll also assist in that. So we've got our onions here, a little bit of a story. We have our onions cut, we've got the garlic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to smash, I just smash the garlic. It's better if you smash the garlic, you open it up so that it actually ends up working better in a recipe like this. The other thing is, because we're going to use a stick blender to blend it when we're all done, all of this will be chopped up, so it'll be better. So we're going to take the onions, we put the onions in here, and what we're going to do is we're going to saute the onions first, and I put the garlic in there, I'm going to take it out. We're going to do the onions first, and then at the end, we're going to drop the garlic in because the garlic will actually burn. I got carried away talking, so I'll pull these out here. We're going to turn the heat on, and we'll start this. Now, while we're waiting for the onions to saute, I was talking about the port of. So we're going to take the herb de Provence, we're going to dump that in there. We're going to take the brown sugar and put it in. We're going to take a little bit of pink Himalayan, not that much, put it in there. We're going to take the nutmeg, or the paprika I should say. I'm looking at the nutmeg. The garlic, the salt, the pepper, and then we're going to take a little bit of nutmeg. Kind of cool how these things work. Just a little bit, put it in there, and then what we're going to do is take the pestle and we're going to grind this down. So I'm going to let that saute. I've got this grounded down. When I start adding these things, I'll turn the video back on. Okay, the onions look pretty translucent, so as you can see. So at this point, what we're going to do is the Epicurean dust we've diluted with water. So we have a liquid. We're going to take that. We're going to pour it in here. And then we're going to add the other ingredients, and the dry ingredients will be last, because if we added them too early, they wouldn't blend with everything. So we're going to add the balsamic vinegar, soy sauce, and the liquid smoke. We have those things added in there. We'll mix it up a little bit here. We're going to lower the heat a touch to medium because we just want it to simmer. We've got this all ground down nicely. We're going to draw that in there. This is kind of a fun thing. I think I bought it at a garage sale, but I don't know why the people got rid of it. It's really nice. Okay, so we're going to mix this up here. And then what we're going to do is let this cook for 10 to 15 minutes. It'll thicken up nicely. And then we're going to take a stick blender and we're going to work it over so that it doesn't have any lumps in it, and it'll be ready to go. And I think it should be a treat. I'll see you in a second. Okay, the barbecue sauce is done. Now, one of the things I was going to say, if you like a sweeter barbecue sauce, add a little more brown sugar. Mine is a little more tart. I grilled a chicken breast so that I could kind of show what it looks like. So let's cut the chicken breast, and we'll plate it, put the barbecue sauce over it, and then I'll take a picture of the finished product. And there, my 80-year-old knife works perfect. Let's put it on here, spread it out a little bit. While I was waiting for it to cook, I decided that it'd be nice if I showed you the finished product on a protein side. So there we have our blueberry barbecue sauce on a beautiful piece of chicken breast, and I'll take a still picture of that also.